Hey there, come on in. Welcome to my boutique jewellery store. Please feel free to take a look around at your own leisure, unless there's anything that I can help you with. Great. You're after a gift? Perfect. How generous. Well, do you know already what you're looking for, or do you need some help selecting something? No problem, I can help you with that. So, what sort of jewellery are we after? Earrings, necklace? You're not sure? That's fine, I can show you a bit of everything. Earrings? Okay, we'll start with earrings. So, tell me more about your recipient. What do they like? More simple? Okay. So we're looking more for traditional, classic look. Okay, we can do that. Elegant, nice. Well, we've got plenty of that. So we're looking for something simple and elegant, classy. Okay. Do you know whether they prefer silver or gold? Both? More silver. Okay. Well, I'll focus on silver then, but if I see something gold that I think fits your brief, I'll show you that too. Okay. Well, let's see. I have a few ideas for earrings that we could start with, so I'll show you a couple. So, my first suggestion for you comes in this gorgeous green suede box. It can never hurt to have a nice package to give. But these are a pair of earrings that I think are the epitome of classic and simple, but still a little bit fancy, so not boring. So let's take a look at these, shall we? So, as you can see, these are a really gorgeous, simple pair of earrings. Now these are cubic zirconia in sterling silver. So, obviously you're still getting that beautiful, sparkling shine with the cubic zirconia, but without the hefty price tag of a diamond this size. But the sterling silver does mean that they're going to last beautifully and they won't tarnish over time. And of course you can clean them and buff them to keep them looking fresh. So, I think that these make a wonderful gift for someone who prefers subtle elegance, because of course they're not very obvious, they're quite small, they will just sit on the lobe, but when they do catch the light they have the most beautiful little shimmer. So they are a subtle little glamour. What do you think? One little detail that I especially like about these is that under where the gem is set, the little gaps in between each spoke are a little heart. And that's obviously not something that you would see unless you're looking at them very closely, so it feels like a little Easter egg from you to them. But as far as simple and elegant goes, this is a good place to start. Okay. Next up, while we're on the stud train, I'm going to show you another pair. Again, in another beautiful green box. And these ones are a little bit less flashy, but a little bit more unique. And I think they're also going to make for a slightly more meaningful gift, depending on the tastes of your recipient. But these are another beautiful simple pair of studs. Again, sterling silver, so easy to clean, but should last you perfectly. And as you can see, these studs are tiny little Celtic knots, and they are beautifully crafted, not just flat like a cheaply made item, but they have that lovely intertwining knot, very beautifully crafted. And these have symbolised in Celtic culture a few different things actually. So sometimes it's interpreted as the Holy Trinity, sometimes as the stages of life, young, middle age, old, and sometimes as a symbol of unity. So there's a lot of nice meaning behind them that could make for a nice gift. And I think these are a lot better if you're looking for something a little more subtle. Again, they have that lovely shine to them, so caught at the right angle, you'll just see them sparkle a little. But they are more simple, less flashy, but still very elegant and classic. So I think these make for another beautiful choice if you're looking for something a bit more subtle. Okay, I'll show you the next pair. So now I'm going to move on to a pendant earring, and these are some of my favourites. But if you were thinking about incorporating a little bit of colour, then this is my suggestion for you. So these are gorgeous sterling silver pendant earrings with this beautiful Austrian crystal blue pendant on them. And I think that these are really gorgeous. If your recipient likes a dangly earring, which personally I do, I would suggest something like this, because again, as you can see, they're very classic, they're very simple, it's nothing too extravagant, and I just think that they make for a really lovely little piece. So these, I would say, are nice if you know that your recipient likes blue, obviously. We do have them in a couple other colours, so you can take a look at those, but these are my personal favourites. So these again are not too complex, maybe a bit more interesting, but still a very timeless cut. I'll just show you. You can see the way that the light sparkles on the way that this crystal has been cut. So when the light shines through them, they look very pale, but against a darker surface you see that lovely blue. They are really a gorgeous shape too. So that's a good option for a slightly larger earring with maybe a little bit more to show off. But again, one of my personal favourites. I think if you were to go for a dangly earring, since you said you wanted simple, I would stick to something similar to this. Nothing too complex. Actually, this pair that I'm wearing now, something like this is also an option. We do have these ones in store. And again, I do feel like it's a sort of slightly more simplistic design. It's all one colour and, you know, not too overbearing. So consider. Okay, well, since you said that gold is also an option, I do have one pair that I'd like to show you, which are sort of an in-between because they have a little bit, well, they are gold, but not a yellow gold, so it's not too striking, not too obvious. More mellow gold and also with some gems in it that make it look a little more silver. And that is the pair in here. Now these, I would say, are more interesting. So maybe less traditional, but still very versatile and very elegant. And if you know that your recipient likes something with a little motif, then this could be for you. Let me show you. Take a look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? These, again, are some of my favourites. That's why I'm showing them to you, even though they're gold. But, like I said, they aren't that overtly gold. And that's because the entire earring, from the band of the actual ring to the little moon and the little star underneath, are all encrusted with these jewels that make it appear a bit more silver. So I think this could be a winner. And these, I'll show you, are just these clicker hoops that open like this. Very simple. But I always like with a hoop earring that it is a full circle, because I know sometimes you can get sort of faux hoops that actually have the little stud close at the back, but I would much prefer the full circle, which is why I like these. And the little moons do dangle like that, but again, they're not very big and they don't dangle very low, so I do still think that these are quite subtle and still very elegant. But these, maybe, it depends on the taste of your recipient. But I do think that this kind of style is very popular right now. Popular with me, too. This sort of like celestial theme I've been seeing a lot more of, and I do think it's really beautiful. So give it some thought. Okay. There we go. Now, I know you said you were considering earrings first, but you did mention that you were open to other forms of jewellery, so I thought I would just give you one or two other things that you could think about that I like, that I would recommend. So, I'm going to start you off with this wonderful little box. And again, I find that this is quite beautiful packaging. It's this faux snake skin. Or is it crocodile? It's hard for me to tell. I don't spend a lot of time around animal skins. Maybe it's faux crocodile. That makes more sense to me. Anyway, this shiny black faux crocodile box. So it already looks impressive before you open it. But inside is this gorgeous ring. Now this, you might recognize it as a Claddagh ring, and that is this little symbol, these two hands holding the heart in the center. And the heart sometimes has this little sort of crown symbol on it. And this particular ring is very gorgeous. There are lots of variations of this design, but I really like this one for the two little inlaid gems on either side on the band, and of course in the center in the heart. And this symbol has a great fun meaning. So it was traditionally used as a wedding ring in Ireland back in the day. And, well, not necessarily, I'll tell you. It was traditionally, if worn on the left hand, depending on which way it was facing, either symbolised that you were engaged, and I believe that's if the heart faced outwards, or that you were married, if the heart faces inwards. And that was for marriage, but it also could have meant, if you wore it on the right hand, if it was facing inwards, it means that your heart is full of love for somebody, you're in a relationship, or if it was facing outwards, that you're single, looking for love. So, plenty of meaning, depending on how you choose to wear it. But, I mean, over the years, it's come to symbolise more than just that. It can be a representation for just love or friendship or any sort of love, which I think is very sweet. And I do think this makes for a wonderful gift because of that, because it has that lovely meaning behind it. And of course, nowadays, you can wear it any way you want. It doesn't matter. Most people are not going to make an accurate assessment of your marital status by looking at one of these. They'll probably just think, cool ring. So, this is a good recommendation of mine because I think it makes for such a meaningful gift with a lovely history behind it. And also it's pretty. What more is there to say? So, there we have that. And I just have one more item that I wanted to show you. And that is a necklace. This is my last option. And in one of my favourite boxes. You can tell I really appreciate these. Whenever I receive jewellery as a gift, or even when I buy it for myself, I am so tempted to keep the boxes. The hoarder in me wants to keep them, even though I've got nothing to use them for, just because I think they're too gorgeous to throw away. But this one is, again, a wonderful suede. It just feels luxurious to receive a gift in packaging like this. It's very beautiful. And with this lovely little gold touch on the front. But in here, I have a necklace. And this is maybe straying a little bit from elegant? I don't know. I'll let you judge this. But this necklace is still very classic, silver and plain, but it is chunky. So I would say that this is a much more modern piece. So I do still think that it looks very classy and it can be styled in a way that looks very elegant, but the piece itself is maybe less classic. But of course I'm still showing it to you because I think it's a good option. So I'll take it out of the box for you so you can see it in its full glory. So, this is the necklace in question. And you'll see what I mean about it being less classic and a little more modern. And that's because of this texture. So this is silver. As you can see here, it's got the little hallmark. And it's these sort of crinkly shapes that I think are really actually effective. On its own, if you were to look at one of these, you'd probably think, like, what is that? But as a whole, I think they actually look very fun, very beautiful. So this can make for a very classic piece in that I feel like it would be styled the same way I would style a pearl necklace, which I hope that makes sense, because it's the same sort of continually thick and round shaped as a pearl necklace would be. And so it sort of occupies the same space, where maybe you're wearing a plain outfit, maybe black or a dark colour, and then you just have the one bold statement piece. This. And of course, because it's silver, it's still not too flashy, even though it's quite chunky. And it's quite heavy. It feels, you know, weighty. And I like that. It feels like good quality to me. And I know it is good quality, but the recipient might not. But they can feel it with this. So I think if your gift recipient is a bit more fashion forward and they like to start a nice outfit, this is the one. I would not recommend this for someone who doesn't want to really think about how they wear their jewellery and just want something they can throw on every day, because obviously this one won't go with every outfit. But I think if the person receiving it likes to coordinate and likes to come up with something interesting and fun to wear, this is a great piece to accessorise with. It's going to be interesting without being overpowering. Okay, let me pop that back in the box for you. Alright, so to give you a little recap, we had the gorgeous sparkling studs, the Celtic knots, the beautiful crystal pendant, these gorgeous moons, this Beautiful ring. And our wonderful necklace. So, did any of those pique your interest, or would you like me to get a few more things for you to look at? Oh, you liked some? Great. Who were you leaning towards? Oh, the ring. Good choice. I agree with you. You know, that's the problem with jewellery stores. You walk in looking for earrings and then something else catches your eye. You still want a pair of earrings too? Great. One of these, or do you want to keep looking? You want the moons? Oh, great. I'm happy that you were open to gold so that you could have discovered these. I'm sure that the person receiving these is going to be very happy. Okay, and how convenient is that? You've got matching black boxes. What a coordinated gift. Well, would you like me to wrap them up for you? We do a nice little gift packaging. Of course. Okay, let me grab you a bag. Let's pop these in there for you. Gorgeous. Well, there you have it. This is going to make a fantastic gift. I'm sure whoever is getting these is going to be very pleased. Okay. If I can just take some details from you, I'll send you an invoice. Okay. Can I get an email? Okay. Well, I'll send that over right away. There you go. Well, thank you so much for coming in. I hope you have a wonderful day, and do come back. Okay. Till next time. Bye. Thank you so much to everybody who supports me over on Patreon. I cannot express how grateful I am to every single one of you. You really do make a massive difference, and I appreciate you very much. And of course, if you're on my Mid-Orient Cycle tier on Patreon, you do get a little shout out at the end of my video. So I want to say an especially big thank you to Alexander, Bastian, Bellybutton, Kosikes, CK Blackwood, Hideto, Joel B, Johnny B. Good, Luigi Rinaldi, Matthew J, Maxi Snacks, Michael, Shane, Thomas Jack, Tim R, and T Shop 7. Thank you all so much. I really can't express how much I appreciate you all. So, I hope that every single one of you gets the most wonderful night's sleep tonight.